There have been, in the 1970s, there was a Calgary regional plan, and they were trying to develop Calgary. Calgary was about 500,000 people, and Calgary was aware that there were things that, could be put into the surrounding environment that weren't necessarily welcome in their own, like a landfill. Something like let's flood some place with water so we can have dammed up water so we can have water and sewer in our own village. So the idea is that Calgary in the 1970s came out and tried to get a system of government that was regional as opposed to confined municipal. The problem is that our sense of democracy is population-based. So when Calgary starts to talk about that, the next conversation they have with you is something called supermajority voting, where they can veto anything, but you can only imply and hope for agreement. This means that unless they have something really essential to offer you, they really have nothing to offer you. And that's why in 1970s, that discussion fell apart. They were going to have only industry in Extra, tear it down, let nobody come back and build. But this town had a heart and soul. And that didn't go, and the Calgary planning didn't go at that time. Now in about 1906, we ended up with Calgary wanting another regional government plan, and the government of Alberta exploring that in detail. And we went to the planning with many other jurisdictions like Calgary, like Cochrane, like Airdrie, Strathmore, but also other MDs, but it included ourselves, Banff, and Canmore. The problem is that, again, they had nothing to offer us. What we supply them with, mostly, that they need and don't want to pay for, is water. But what they wanted was to have development in the Bow Corridor and have Calgary control over that. We went so far, we were interested ecologically, but we were not interested when it came to shared services. And it got to the point where I literally asked, the mayor of Calgary and the board to allow us out of the discussion. The advantage was that all that discussion, I began to understand ourselves better. By explaining ourselves to everybody else, I was a learner. We really did understand ourselves, and they began to understand ourselves, and they understood by that point, we agree, you don't fit. And that group, with kind consideration and actually complimentary consideration, allowed us to be the first to leave that discussion. That'd be about 2012. Oh, 2012. But from 2006 to 2012, these discussions were taking place. Long discussions, detailed discussions. And yes, we moved on to understanding ourselves, allowing others to meet their needs without them overruling us or impeding their ability to get what they still needed. So I think we showed ourselves as wise, and I think we showed ourselves as dignified. Very much different than some of the conversations I hear going on in politics right now.